Foodies were outraged over the pop-up store in North Bondi selling Crumbl branded cookies that were actually stale, days-old imports.
This was like a scam. This is actually very bad.
It's a free on touch.
I spent $150 on 10 cookies.
They're very expensive, like $17 for a cookie.
Well, well, well. Another day, another scam. But relax, it's not Americans this time. It's someone who has taken the spirit of America and brought it to Australia. Someone got the smart idea to take Crumbl cookies from the United States and bring it down under. Did you know that recently there was I guess you could call it a group of people that go by the name of Crumbl Sydney, who decided to put on a Crumbl cookie pop-up in Sydney, Australia. But the problem is that they're not actually affiliated with Crumbl Cookie. Did you know that when you buy a Crumbl cookie, you agree to their terms and conditions? Visible on their website, they explain that their terms and conditions apply when using their website, their app, or going to one of their in-store locations. And one of the things that they mention is not being able to use their products or services for commercial use. And yes, Crumbl Sydney did admit that they declared the cookies as commercial goods.
Y'all are going to jail! Period!
There's also a mention of copyright infringement and impersonation within the terms and conditions. Crumbl Sydney is saying that everything they did is completely legal and that it falls under parallel imports. Now, just because it's potentially legal doesn't mean it's right. And even though they disclaim that they are affiliated with Crumbl, I still find it very scammy because their username is literally at Crumbl Sydney. Unless you really followed their TikToks and did a deep dive into their account, you wouldn't really know that they aren't affiliated with Crumbl Cookie. And that's very misleading. Crumbl Sydney used tons of TikTok videos to advertise their upcoming cookie pop-up event.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You may not have meant to impersonate them, but you kind of did. Because in some of these TikToks, it's not very clear that you aren't Crumbl. And your username is not clear that you aren't Crumbl. If they put at Crumbl fan, at Crumbl impersonator, at Crumbl copyright infringement, then it would be really clear. And originally, it wasn't in their bio.
That's suspicious.
But if you did take that extra step to look at their TikTok page, you would see that they are quite literally vlogging their experience flying to the USA, getting the cookies, and then flying back.
Child. Anyway, so
They're being very clear. But I think the saddest part about this is that they traveled from the USA to Australia with cookies and sold them. Then think about what I just said right there. They flew from Hawaii to Sydney, Australia. That is anywhere from a 10 to 14-hour flight, maybe even longer. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Does that sound like that cookie's gonna taste good? But it gets worse because the flights were delayed. And they were honest about that. They showed, sorry, the flight's delayed, we gotta postpone it. Allegedly, this event was supposed to take place on the 25th and it did not take place until the 29th. How old are those cookies? And on top of that, they were selling the cookies for $17.50.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
If you convert that to United States dollars, that is about $12 and some change. One Crumbl cookie in the United States sells for about $5 and some change, which is expensive for a cookie, by the way, but these cookies are gigantic and heavy, and they're not meant to be eaten by one person. If this cookie was sold at an equivalent price to what it's sold in the United States, it would be about $7 and some change. So number one, you're waiting in a long line. Number two, the cookies are damn near 18 bucks. Number 3, when you get the cookies, they're stale and they're falling apart and they look like this.
But this shit show is that is disgusting. Look, they're young, but they're so much better.
You should look at the winner. It's like falling apart. In terms of freshness, 0 out of 5.
Not a lot. The rest of them,
Terrible.
This is more scammy than the breakdancer that they exported to the Paris Olympics. This is beyond that now, because now you're getting people's stomachs involved. I get it, they gotta make a little profit. I mean, they did fly to another country for this, and apparently they have staffing. If you go to their TikTok page, they have a link to a Google Doc. But in that Google Doc, they explain all of their expenses. They say, again, we are not affiliated with Crumbl Cookie. They explain that what they did is legal, at least in their eyes. The bottom line is that you're selling days-old stale cookies for $17.50. That's the bottom line. And although they may not have been wanting to be misleading on purpose, I don't know, they were. And no one should have to do a deeper dive onto your page to know that you're not affiliated with the company. Is it this serious to go to the United States to bring back cookies? Like, can we get a grip on what we're doing here? Like, what is the reason? Just so you can try something that Americans have? Get a grip. Really ask yourself, do I need an American cookie this badly? The answer is probably always going to be no. It's okay to have FOMO, and it's okay to just feel that and just have it. Just be like, you know what, I have FOMO. I wish I could try that American cookie, but you just cannot. I know for a fact, I've never been there, but I know for a fact that Sydney, Australia has to have some good cookie shops. And honestly, I genuinely feel bad for people who honestly did not know that this was not a legit pop-up and it was just fans of Crumbl giving them old cookies. But people who did know, people who did see their other TikToks that explained what they were doing, honestly, that's on you. Good luck to you and good luck to your gut. Sorry for your wallet. But wait, this might have a happy ending after all, because one of the Crumbl Cookie co-founders saw one of Crumbl Sydney's posts and replied saying that even though they aren't affiliated with this pop-up, they're happy to see the excitement around it, you know, yada, 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 and that maybe they need to think about coming to Australia. And an official statement to KSL News did say that they are excited to expand to other countries. So maybe these Crumbl Sydney pop-up people did do something good after all, and potentially getting Crumbl to come to Australia. So maybe they're a national hero. Or maybe they're setting you guys up for diabetes. And if they do come to Australia, you guys can have an even bigger slice of America down under. Hopefully, everything works out for everyone who ate a cookie and everyone's stomachs are okay. I don't want these people to like go to jail or something or get like a super hefty fine or anything. But like maybe like stop doing this. It just doesn't seem like a good, healthy idea. Not that these cookies are healthy anyway, but so yeah, hopefully you guys get what you want, which is a Crumbl Cookie location, and everything works out. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, bye.